I will show you some production I did recently for, let's say, electro trash pop disco band. Here are some techniques of parallel processing that were used in the production, and everything is basically more or less audio files. So that means that the band has songs. The songs were done to some extent, but they did, I wouldn't say a mistake, but they didn't have time to focus on the drum programming, meaning to the selection of sound, tuning of sound, etc, etc. And when we came to the mix stage, the problem was that the sounds were not sounding the way they should sound. So the only way is to apply certain processing and change the timings, etc, etc, layer the sounds with different sounds, so you get the best possible result. So it is impossible, I mean, it would be the best in some cases, maybe not in this song, but in a few other songs, to change all the sounds with new samples. But this will radically change the whole arrangement. The song will usually collapse. So usually, in some cases, you have to save the problems that were done in the production stage, or better said, in pre-production stage. You should save them with some mix techniques. So I will just show you what I put basically in this arrangement as an additional layers. So if we go here, you can see that we have a kick drum, which is the basis. And this kick drum is actually the original sample that the band provided. The only difference is that I tuned it with the help of high-pass, low-pass filters, and maybe I used some sort of a tuning plugin. One good thing that you can use always, and hopefully I have it installed here, I use Auto-Tune for tuning drums. I have Auto-Tune Evo, and I just don't use it for tuning, I just use its transpose and tuning. So you can actually tune the drums with it. So the question was before that, and maybe I didn't put it, that this is really, really important, but the first thing, the first step you should do when you are in the writing process, before you are actually finding the fundamental note with the high-pass filter, is to find the right tuning with the tune control. The same thing we did on MPC when we were, okay, now it's not connected. So the first thing is the pitch. And when you get the pitch that will sound right, only then you apply high-pass filtering, low-pass filtering, etc, etc. So the basis is to have the right pitch of the sample. So that's why you use battery, microtonic, contact, EXS, whatever you like, which has tune control for every sample. So this is your first parameter. Even when you select the samples and you find the kick that you like, the first thing you should do is pitch it down or pitch it up a semitone or two. So you will hear how it sounds when it's transposed. Maybe you will find out that some samples will sound the best when they are transposed for an octave. So you can get really, especially if you are using some weird short sounds. I mean, you can get really, really interesting results with just the tuning. Okay, so a kick and a snare. And both those sounds are functioning, in my opinion, really, really good, and they were heavily processed. This, what we are listening now, are actually heavily processed samples of the originals That means that I used a lot of EQing, compression, saturation, blah, blah, blah. And then when I did that, I recorded everything in Logic as an audio file. I use Logic in a way that I insert hardware as a real-time insert. Meaning that I have quite a lot of hardware in my studio, so of course I use it, but it's not necessary to use it. I mean, you can get like great results only with plugins, but the point is that I'm used to working with hardware, and I get results much faster, and I can touch things, and because of that I can automate things in real time, and I can have more fun than I would have with the mouse or with the plugins.